race for New Hampshire governor to replace retiring Democratic Governor John Lynch has really become one of the nationally most watched in the country. Why? Well, there are different reasons for different parties. We saw both the Republican Governors Association and the Democratic Governors Association create political action committees and right after the primaries put attack ads on against their opponent. The RGA ad was against Democrat Maggie Hassan's voting record on taxes and spending. The Democratic governor's ad against Oberlamontagne was really one of his style, essentially calling him a Tea Party politician, someone who lobbied for big tobacco, and someone the voters in New Hampshire can't trust. So the battle is really being joined by both the National Governors Association, and here's why. This race is probably one of the top two in the country for the RGA of states that should go from Democrat to Republican. That's why they're all in this race, and they will continue to be, really, no matter what the polls show. They think they have a candidate in Oberlamontagne running for the fourth time with a lot of advantages in this race and more financial heft in this race that is worth the investment, and they'll continue doing that. So why is the Democratic Governors Association in this race if you would consider Oberlamontagne the early favorite? Here's why. First, with Maggie Hassan, they have a candidate who they feel can appeal to independents. As a woman, can create a gender gap in this race between women for Hassan versus men for Lamontagne, much as we've seen in the presidential race with women for Obama versus men for Romney. And in addition to that, even if this race looks as if it's going to be difficult for the Democrat to hold on and win the corner office for the 8th time in 9 elections, which is quite a tough winning streak to keep going, this race will be targeted by the Democratic Governors Association precisely because it's a swing state for President Obama. The last thing Barack Obama needs in New Hampshire, as he tries to win the 4 electoral votes, is to have a Democratic candidate for governor right below him on the ballot falling into the basement. He needs Maggie Hassan to at least get 45, 46, 47% against Oberlamontagne. Worst case scenario for Barack Obama to have a credible chance of beating Mitt Romney here in November. So that's why New Hampshire really is ground zero, not just for the presidential race, but also for the race for governor.